Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. I am on location. I should be in my studio, but I'm on location. I'm on location with my with my niece and my nephew. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, Joanne, you see the kids? And my nephew.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
And so because I have an obligation to be on, I still came on, but I needed to spend time with them today before I could get on. So we're out and about, so I am going to come on. My special guest is she'll be on in a few. But anyway, we're talking about, are you a good mom? And I want to know, are you a good mom? Are you a good mom? Am I a good mom? I need to know that because, you know, a lot of things that we do, we think we're doing the right thing. And our intentions are to do what is right. And sometimes it's not always the right thing to do as a mother. But we think it is the right thing to do. And, you know, as I was growing up, I did not think that my mother did a lot of things right. But I was looking at it from a child's perspective. I was not yet a mother. I was not yet an adult. So now my children, they say to me, Mom, now all that stuff you was telling us about Gammy, if we see you, we think the thing that she was doing was right. So, you know, we're just asking questions today. I think one of the things that my mom did was she, you know, that I thought was wrong was she used to make, you know, some foods that she used to make. And I just didn't agree with them. She used to make stewed tomatoes and okra. I don't think that's a canned meal. And I used to hate that. And then she made for my kids, she made some soup one time, and it was so hot, and she made them sit there until it was done. And they was there for hours until I came over, and I said, Mom, you gotta release them. You have to release them. They don't eat. I don't cook them all of that. So as a grandmother, she thought that she was just fixing them some soup, but that soup was too hot. That was soup for her. It wasn't soup for them. So sometimes I just brought that up to let you know that sometimes we think we're doing the right thing as a mother. And we do things and we think that it's right. But sometimes it may be just a bit too much. So I need you guys to always let me know in the comments, you know, how you feel about that. And again, I just want to say thank you for popping on with me with 1 hour of happy with Miss Melanie. You know what I mean? Miss Melanie, 1 hour of happy, where we come on and we encourage mothers and others to make some time for yourself, at least 1 hour a day, because it is important, it's essential, and it also is prioritizing yourself. In order for you to be able to pour out for others, your children, your man, your work, your co-workers, whoever, you know, your job, wherever, you have to make sure that you center yourself. So if we can do it at least 1 hour a day, we will get in a habit of making sure we make time for ourselves and making sure that we do something that makes us happy. And once we begin to start doing that, then it will become habit. It will become a habit for us, and we will continue to do it, and it will help us stay even through the whole day, through the week, through the month, through the year. We will be able to deal with things a little more better. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, getting frustrated. I used to get frustrated all the time and explode. But my children had conversations with me, and I had to say, I need a different way. I did not like it when my mother used to explode. So why am I doing that with my children? And let me tell you one thing. Them children that I have, my God, today, they will tell you when the fire tamed down, they will say, Mom, that wasn't right what you did. Can we talk? Because you shouldn't have gotten upset because of this, that, and that. And when I'm able to look at it, I'm just like, wow, you know, you're right. And I shouldn't have done that like that. Sometimes, you know, I used to be pride that used to get in the way. And I used to say, I'm the mother. And what I say, go. But that is not right. You have to be fair in your relationship with your children. You have to be fair in your relationship with your spouse. You have to be fair in your relationship with others. You really do. And when you find that peace within yourself, when you find that peace, then you can be able to be that person with other people, especially your children. Okay? We have to learn how to take at least 1 hour for ourselves. 1 hour a day. Now that's what we're going to start at. We're going to start at 1 hour. But when you take 1 hour a day, you train yourself to make sure that you think about yourself every day. And you take 1 hour. You start off with 1 hour, then you go to 2 hours, 3 hours, then you take a whole day for yourself. You know what I mean? What's going on with my makeup? So, thank you for joining me today at Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. Huh?
Move the camera. It's too close to your face. No,
okay.
No.
You said move the camera back?
It's just literally like, you're right here. You're literally right here.
Wait a minute. Give me a minute. I'm on like, hi cousin, how are you, my love? Thank you so much for joining me today at Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. I apologize so much, but I was out and I was supposed to get home in enough time, but Joanne's grandkids are in town and they love us and we love them, and we was spending time with them. We went to church and then we had to go out and eat, and I just didn't get back home. So I'm doing motherly jobs at a different level. You know what I mean? So I'm here. I have a commitment to be here every week. So I'm here. So I'm here on location. So we're talking about, are you a good mother? Are you a good mother? Are you a good mother? That's what we're talking about today. What do you need me to do, my love?
I need you to move the camera. Like, it's...
Where is my aspirator?
I have no idea, Mom.
Oh my gosh.
And it's aspirator.
It's not in there.
Look on the side.
It's not
but
in
here's
there.
The thing. Even if you are doing it,
my gosh.
Hello, everyone.
Let me tell you one thing.
But at least move. You have your hand. Extend your hand.
Okay.
That's what you have to do. You have to extend your hand.
I have a producer, a daughter, and she...
No one wants to look at this the whole time. And with having people who work in television, I would love for you to have a good... Mom, please don't put that camera on me right now.
Well, stop talking.
Extend your hand, or
I can't keep my hand like that.
Well, then you're going to come off until you have a better...
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's, you see what I'm saying? This is what... Am I a good mother? Is she a good daughter? Is she a good producer? Absolutely not, because I'm not home in my studio.
Well, then you need
I'm on
time
location.
management. You need time management.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for getting on here with us. I mean, it's always a circus with my family. I'm telling you the truth. And this don't even have nothing to do with... Oh, my God.
Extend your hand. Mom, I'm serious.
I can't. Where is my thing?
I don't know. You needed to find that before you got on.
No, I did not. You needed to find it because... Oh, my God. I'm so embarrassed. No one told you to touch it.
Move the camera here. I'm telling you, Mom.
I can't leave it there because I don't have nowhere.
Okay, then they will see you.
Okay, I am doing the grandparents. I'm doing a whole little series of the grandparents. And
That's right.
Oh,
good
Lord.
grandparents. That's right.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, y'all got to... This is horrible. But I am doing a series on the grandparents. I have to get to that. And I even talked about that last week, that I was going to be doing a series for the grandparents. Because grandparents are special people as well. But we want to talk about today, are you a good mother? And sometimes, I want to talk about, sometimes you have to make hard decisions with your kids. And, when you have to make those hard decisions, sometimes your kids will say that you're a bad mother. Because you have to make a hard decision. And I used to believe that until Hi, Deneen Jackson. How you doing, my love? I used to believe that, my mother was a bad mother until I became a mother, and I had to make some decisions that,
I'm gonna pull over.
My children did not agree with, and so, sometimes we have to make hard decisions that our kids don't think is favorable, or they don't think it's fair.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like right now.
This actually is really making me upset. You have a bad shot and you will not listen. So I don't know what this is about parenting, but the parents sometimes need to listen to the kids. And right now, I am a producer of this show, and you're not listening to me, so I don't really know what point you're. But I cannot extend my hand
just like the whole time.
But you have to, Mom.
And talk on here like I can't.
But you have to.
But I can't
because you do. No, you.
But I can't.
You're doing it right now, so you can. That is better. No one wants to see this.
To have children
is a blessing, especially me. Okay, firstborn.
To have children.
It's a blessing. Yes, it is.
To have bossy children is what?
Well, who's bossy?
You.
Extend.
Oh my God! You gotta pull over so that I can do my show, because I
hand.
can't even concentrate with you in here. Now you're extending my arm and everything, and we talking about
what are the attributes of being a good mother?
What are the attributes of being a good mother?
Part two. And the attributes of being a good mother is God, now you have an overhead shot. Oh, God, no. Kelvin, I hope you're watching this, because she wanted to spend time with you.
Pull over so I can do this show, please. Because you got me out here. I'm just a mess today. And I'm on location. I've been on location before, and it was excellent. Today, I don't know what the heck is going on. Yes, you are a good mom to your adult children, but they have to realize that it's my time now. Wow, that's a good one.
Mom, you can relate to that.
Oh, that is a good one.
You can relate to that because you are the queen.
Yes, let me tell you one thing. You have to make them realize that it's your time now. It's your season. You've raised them. And I'm going to tell you one thing about adult children. They don't know how to let you, to release you to have your own fun. And I'm glad when I see you getting out, Vicky, and you going out and you're having a good time, because I'm going to tell you one thing. You will get your grandkids and you will spend time with your grandkids. But it's your season now for you to do what you like to do and to have fun for you.
You should talk about that, though. What I would like to interject with is this, because I'm driving, so I don't know, but Cousin Vicky said, Mom, please, because I like certain shots, I don't like this shot. Please do not put the camera on me. I don't like this ugly shot. What I will say is this, though, is I think that you and Cousin Vicky and anybody else on there should explain, when is it your time? Are you saying, like, when your kids are a certain age? Also, please don't say that 18, because I hate when people say that.
Oh, I don't say 18.
Like, when is a certain time? She said we need to understand when it's our time now. When is it? When is the transition? And how does if I'm a new mom, what does that mean to me?
What does what mean to you? When it's your time?
Yeah.
You have to raise those kids. Your first assignment is raising the kids.
Right. So when is your time? What if somebody thinks raising your kids is till they're 60? Like, what is
heck, no. Heck, no. You don't keep it. Listen, after a certain age, your kids are supposed to be self-sufficient.
So what's the age?
Because you are raising them. It's not an age. You will know, and your kids will know, when they get of a certain age, they are supposed to become self-sufficient. Now, I think it's different for girls. I really, really do. And this is only my theory. I'm not the expert, guys. So you talk to me about it too. But I think for girls need to stay home as long as they can. But they need to start working, and they start to need to maybe they need to go to school or work or whatever they're doing, but they need to start preparing for their adult life. The same treatment that you gave them when they were kids or teenagers is not the same treatment that you give them when they're adults, because there's responsibilities that come with getting older. So you tell your kids, you know, I just feel like my kids should stay home until they're married. Some days
we are being raised like Indian families.
Yeah,
Indian families,
I just feel like they
and,
should,
Asian
you know,
families, they stay together.
that,
They help.
You know, the guy, you know,
We also live in
should
Los
come
Angeles,
and
so
get them.
It's very expensive.
You know what I mean? So I got a different view on that. Some days I say they can go ahead on and go today. You know what I mean? Because I mean, some days they all gang up on me.
We also have multiple houses, so we have a chance to breathe.
Girl, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. So I need y'all to talk to me. Now, Keith, you said something about it don't matter as long as you can speak the message we'll get across. Give me a little bit of that,
you
son.
have to read more comments. A lot of people was commenting there, so you gotta.
Yeah, but I can't see them on here. But if you could see them, Mamacita. I mean, my God, today.
You can't read those comments right there.
I read them. Especially my girls. Honey, especially my girls. Let me tell you one thing. Where's my glasses? I broke them. And I need to find the other two pair.
Now, you know what would have happened if we was young and we broke our glasses?
What would have happened? What would have happened if y'all was young and broke your glasses? I need to put some lipstick on.
Punishment.
Don't look right.
Hello, everyone. I am the special guest for today. And because Miss Melanie was... Let me see. It's just these shots are like way too close, but I digress.
You should. That is my special guest, and let me tell you one thing.
Yeah, I think you read all the comments.
Special guest going wrong, because she's something. She is something. Special guest going wrong.
No, special guest invited to the actual set. Not special
My
guest
son
in a
said
car.
you were saying because you was in the car, it wasn't perfect. I said as long as you can speak, you are good. Thank you, son. My God, today.
But of course he's
God
gonna say
bless
that.
my son.
Of course he's going to say that.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
just extend
I
the arm
had
for the shot.
the problem that I was having is I made a commitment and to come on at a certain time. However, life is lifing, and we have some guests in town that
Our cousins, not guests, our cousins.
That's my niece and nephew.
Oh, you're
and they're here, and we were out with them yesterday, and at the beach, and we had church with them today, and we had lunch with them today, but we had time set up. But he's a father, he got them kids by himself, and listen. He was a little lengthy getting to the lunch. So it ran over because I expected to be home, or unless I would have said that we would have came on later. But the main point is that I think that you guys are priority, and I made a commitment to still come on. And my producer, which is my oldest daughter, she did not think that I should have came on. But she had me do promo to say that I would be on.
Yeah, I said come
because
on,
she thought that I would be at home at my studio by the time. But I'm not. So because I made the commitment, I said I'm still going to come on and chat. So we're back on topic
being a good mother,
to talk about being a good mother. But I think I want that text to my character that I want to be a good host as well too. Because I still wanted to come on. I did not want to be late.
The audience appreciates that you're still on. So anybody that's tuned in now, let's definitely get back to the topic.
Okay, so back to the topic. What makes you a good mom? Are you a good mom? Am I a good mom? Like I said earlier, I believe I'm a good mom. You know what I
But
mean?
part 2 is because I was
Okay, and
coming on to
Calvin,
say
you know I'm on the
but
show.
part 2 was me coming on to say if you are a good mom.
Calvin,
Hey, cousin Calvin.
I'm on the show, son. You okay?
Yeah, we forgot your towels.
Calvin,
gosh.
put them in the locker and have a safe trip back. I'm on my show. They know about you and the kids.
Calvin, I'll call you when I get to the house.
All right.
Okay.
You're
bye.
such a
Love
perfect
you.
dad and such a perfect nephew. Love you. I'll call you back.
Okay.
My plug call.
Oh my God, this show. Jesus, there's a lot going on.
I'll call you back. My plug calling. Period.
Extend the shot. Mom, I'm telling you.
Get your hands off of me.
Also, please stop putting the camera on me. I don't like that angle, and I'm telling you, if I don't like what you're
Why?
putting out,
Is it showing your fupa?
I don't have no fupa. So you must be talking about yourself. But I will have this taken down.
You will have
Taken
what
down.
taken down?
First of all, keep the camera
Am I a
on
good
yourself.
mom?
Keep the camera
Okay,
on yourself.
am I
Do
a
not put it
good
on me.
mom? This is
The
hilarious.
reason why you were having a part 2 is because you have children, and how can you ask that question without hearing from the children?
Mm-hmm.
So I came on.
So Keith, am I a good mom?
I came on to say,
My son said people are counting on you, and you kept your commitment. That's what matters most. Oh, he said, oh my gosh, he knows how to melt my heart.
anyway, I think that you are a good mother. I think that you're, Mom, please.
Well, they don't see my special
They
guest,
can
and you're
look at
talking.
you. They can look at
Well, go
you.
ahead.
It's totally fine.
Oh, and rude. Now, am I a good mom if I just backslap her with the rude? Just rude.
No, it's not rude. You have to respect your guests. And I have taught you so much. It's like, I've been a producer for so long. I've taught you so
All
much.
right, am I a good mom?
So-
That's the topic. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. Ain't that what you tell me? Stay on topic.
Okay, so, yes, you are a good mother.
But?
The reason why, it's no buts.
Okay.
The reason why you are a good mother and what makes you a good mother is because you have shared your stories with an S. You have been transparent. You also take time to apologize and say when you're wrong. And I think that a lot of parents do not do that. Like, they literally make their kids think that they had this perfect life and that they never did anything wrong. So when their kids do something wrong, and they don't want to come to them because they because they think that they their parents are perfect. Another thing, parents, some of these parents, I'm not gonna say all, but some parents do not apologize. And I'm like, you were dead wrong. Like, I think that is so healthy.
Well, let's
For
talk
your
about
kids, for your kids to see you apologizing, because some kids, I'm speaking from the child's perspective. Some things that, especially coming from like you, I know one of your topics coming up is a divorce. ... But being the product of I'm the product of teen parents, right? Then I'm also the product of a divorced parent. So it's like,
wow, you just messed up.
So it's not
You
messed
just
up.
dealing
It's
with
just
a
that
lot.
It's not messed up, but processing a lot.
Okay.
And then I think that when you have come to us and say, listen, I apologize, or hey, I put y'all in this situation, y'all didn't ask for this, certain things, I'm like, wow. When I got older, I realized that was you being accountable. I realized that was you being selfless and thinking about us. And I think that when a parent shows a child that you actually care about me, my feelings, what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with, then that helps a lot. As opposed to a parent just not taking any accountability. It's like, no, you need to apologize. Like, if your parent is absent, like, you're just not around, okay? If your parent is not helping, if your parent is self-centered, if your parent works a lot and they're never around and you got to figure things out for yourself, whatever the case may be, it should be some type of communication. I think another thing is some parents, you know, they have this thing where they're like, well, I'm the parent, you're the child, I don't have to tell you anything. That is like long gone. And I also think that's why a lot of unhealthy relationships develop, because it's like, what do you mean I'm the parent, you're the child? You have me in a situation, like, you really need to talk to me. So to me, what makes you a good mother is like you consider your kids. We knew that you had our backs no matter what. Like, you would say, okay, this is a statement that you would say, but I've actually lived to see it be true. You ready?
Yeah.
The statement was, no matter what, I'm always here. Like, you.
Go ahead, child.
Mom, I'm telling you, I'm not going to approve this video because I'm sitting like this. I don't have a jacket on. Like, you don't. No, I don't approve of that image.
You're on my show, and I'm going to ask you to be obedient, or I'm going to boot you.
Well, here's the thing. If I can approve of the shot, then I'm not going to be able to speak until we get to your location.
I have not shown your fupa.
I don't have a fupa, but you showing my arms. You don't know if I want my arms shown. You showing my back. You don't know if I want that shown.
Yeah, okay.
I need to approve every shot, period. On camera.
Potential husbands, don't look at her back or arms.
You know what? Here's the thing. Enjoy this live because it won't be up.
Anyway, let's deal with what you were saying. You were saying that as a mother, I apologized or communicated some things and was transparent some things, and because of that, you feel like
we was able to have I was
healthy
able
conversation.
To build, we were able to build trust with you. Because you said when everybody else, your friends go away, you know, people that we've dated, different things in life, just everything. Your job can go away. You can go to this church today or this institution, just anything. And you always say your mom is going to be here, but you proved it. You proved it. Things that maybe we've came and shared with you that was very private. One of the things I'm going to talk about in your next show, if I'm a guest, is
you better use that.
Heavy on if.
Heavy on the if.
But I remember when you were married, and I said, "Oh, I need to speak to my mom. Like, I don't need to speak to you."
You hear what she's saying? I don't need to speak to you and your husband.
Yeah,
I want to speak to you.
I need to speak to my mom because.
So tell Mr. Newsy to back up.
But because I had that trust with you, you. Like, but let's just say I told you and then he knew. That would have broke me. Because I'm like, I literally needed to tell you something. And if I don't have your trust, then that's going to damage our relationship. And I know I tested that plenty of times. Because I'm like, if I say something to my mom and this man repeats it back, then that means that I don't have no trust with her. But what makes you a good mom? You built trust with us.
Okay.
What makes you a good mom? You are dependable. You are reliable. You are accountable. And also, once again, I had to learn this as an adult. I'm not going to say.
I have some comments that
I'm not going to say when I was a child I understood this, because I didn't. When I was a child, I was scared of you, and I was scared of what happened. But when I became an adult, I learned that you were really protecting me. And
but we're gonna clear that up, because the scared of me.
No, I wasn't.
Well, I mean, like I was abusive.
We were scared of you.
Okay, like you gotta break that down.
We were scared of you.
You gotta break that down, because it sounded like I was abusive.
I mean, call it whatever you want to call it, but you definitely. We were scared of you, Mom, period.
If I had to bring the hammer, I had to bring the hammer.
Period. So
sometimes, because Miss Sporley, I had to put my foot down.
But, and if you came up to my school, oh my God.
Yes. Now let's deal with it, because.
But when I got older, I realized that you were trying to protect me, and it was things that I could not see. But the point that I am making.
What point are you making?
The point that I am making is that kids need to be able to rely on their parents or whoever is taking care of them, right? You can't not be in my life and then try to give me rules and regulations. I'm sorry, I haven't seen you my whole life. But somebody that's been in my life that knows my ups, downs, my frowns, my, you know everything about me
and all
my
that.
sleepless
Yeah,
nights.
when you're sick and all that. So let me get to the comments because
I
I want to deal with the comments. But what I will say before I get to the comments is, you know, that's why I wanted to have you as my daughter on, because you said, well, you was afraid of me. You were scared of me because, you know, at times I had to
be the disciplinarian.
Yeah, be the disciplinarian. And I had to stand on what I was standing on. And that doesn't make you a bad mother. In fact, I think that makes me a good mother because, you know, my heart was towards these kids because I used to feel so bad for these kids that their father was whatever, and you know, that they was in a single parent home, and you know, the times that they would cry and say, you know, well, daggone my dad, and you know what I mean, and they looking at me like, you know, you was with that joker and all this and that and that and this. But you know, I probably spoiled them a little bit more because of what they didn't have, and sometimes it was a good thing and sometimes it wasn't the best thing. So and then when I had to put my foot down, nobody, you know, oh, she mean. No, you have to be corrected. There is a correction that need to go forth. You know what I mean? Like, at one point, I had to put my foot down because, you know, she thought she was in charge of Nikki. So anytime I would say something, she would look at Nikki, and I said, well, what the heck is going on here? You're not in charge of her. And then she said, well, Toya, we got to tell Mommy the truth. Tell Mommy the truth. What's going on here?
Okay, we were
So,
kids.
those were, you know, some things that when you have to put your foot down, that your kids get mad about, and you have to let them stay mad. Because you have to instill some rules, because life has rules. And if they don't abide by the rules of life, different circumstances will reach them. So there's some comments here that I need to read that I didn't get a chance to read. So Davita said, yes. Wait a minute. Keith said, when is the reality show coming? Soon. Because I'm telling you, they something. It's been a reality show since I met these kids. And Davita said, yes, I totally agree that parents should apologize to their children. And I said with boundaries. With boundaries, we have to make sure we create boundary lines. And when you apologize, now you can't apologize and allow them to do whatever they want to do because their feelings are hurt or because they're mad. You have to apologize when you're wrong. Mm-hmm. Not apologizing because their feelings are hurt or they don't like what you said. You know what I mean? Because you have to, you know what I mean? You are their parent and you love them more than this world will love them. So you have to let them know that there's rules and regulations in life to live by. And sometimes it's not going to be peaches and cream. I'm going to have to tell you the real deal. And I'm going to have to stand on business with that one. And, you know, LaToya is my first. My special guest is my first. And she's a little spoiled.
What? Heavy on the was.
Heavy on the is. And, you know, when you tell her no sometimes, or when you have to tell her the truth sometimes, she's a little sad. And at times I used to say, well, come on, and all. But then I had to start standing on business because because a day is going to come with my eyes closed forever on this earth. You got to know. You got to know.
Don't speak that right now.
You got to know the truth about life.
Don't say that. I'm serious. Do not say
Girl,
that.
Girl, that's the reality of life.
No, it's not. Not right now.
I didn't say right now.
Not right
I'm not
now.
ready to go.
I need you. Don't you know I need you, girl?
Girl, I need you
don't
too.
Don't be saying that on
and you
here.
know I want to be here for you, LaToya, and
well,
Nikki,
don't
and
be saying that on here because speak
and
life on here.
I am speaking
And
life, but I'm
abundant.
letting
God
you
has given you
know.
abundant life.
Oh my gosh, let me get my point
You are
across.
my prayer partner and my best friend.
I am your prayer partner and your best
Yes,
friend, and
don't
I
be
love
talking
you.
about leaving here.
I'm not talking about leaving here, but I'm
Because
saying
listen,
there will come a day.
Nobody love us like you.
There you go.
And here's
There
the
you
thing.
go. Bingo.
Well, nobody love us. But that's also something I had to learn as an adult. That's what I keep telling you.
Okay.
Certain things you do not
Certain
learn
things that you don't know. Right. But I'm saying to you that you didn't know them then, but now that you know them, but now you realize why I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
part, so you can move that back there.
Yeah, I can move it back here now.
Goodness gracious.
So, yes, Davita, I like that. So Vicky says, well, I feel that you could do all those things and your children can never show appreciation. Now, let me tell you one thing. I'm gonna give you this tip for free. Your kids, regardless of whether you think so or not, when you're telling them something, as life would have it, it's going to come around to speak. And they do appreciate it. When things happen in their life and they are faced with life circumstances, they remember what you taught them or what you told them. Say it or not, they do remember. And they do appreciate you. I know your kids. Your kids love you. They're spoiled. Now, you done spoiled all of them. Now, you got all them kids and you spoiled all of them. All of them is spoiled.
But she's talking
but they
about
love
appreciation.
You.
I think that.
And I think it's not appreciation. I think it's the spoiled.
But also, she's speaking to a kid, so that would be my portion on here. What I would say is that kids have to learn to appreciate their parents or whoever is taking care of them. Mm-hmm. Because, okay, I'm just going to use you as an example because that's the only example that I have as far as my own life. Okay. But you told us from a young age, you said, no one has to do anything for you but me. Like, stop going out in this world thinking that everybody owes you something. They don't. Right. And I think that it's from those words that made me change, because I was thinking that other people had to do things, and when they didn't, it was hurtful. In friendships, mm-hmm. and like a lot of things, you mm-hmm. know. And then I had to learn that. I learned that from you. So even that now, people don't owe you anything. They don't. And even with Girl Talk, like, I teach those kids, appreciate your parents. Like, you don't know the cost for lights to be on, for water to be working, for you to have, you might be complaining that you don't have the latest sneakers or the latest shoes. Honey, appreciate what they were able to work for. Mm-hmm. But I think that has to be taught so that when you are a certain age, you don't have these ungrateful things on your parents or on these people that you have to do this. It's like, no, it's an honor for me to do this. I have a friend, which will remain nameless, and I think you should do the same on any platforms when you know people's information, unless they give you the release to say their names. But I have a friend, and she has children, and she was like, I don't expect for my mom to watch my children. They are my children. I had them. And if my mom wants to watch them, she can. She's not forced to watch them, or I don't make her feel bad, because my mom has a life. She has things going on. But there are some kids that are like, oh, my mom or my dad or whoever, they need to do this. And it's like, actually, they don't. Like, they've raised their kids. Mm-hmm. And they don't have to do that. So you have to stop living in this world of, you have to do this or you have to do this. Because, and I think that as Vicky was saying, when you spoke to spoiledness, I think that's, you got to address it. That's what it would be. That would be like a spoiled behavior. You have to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, I don't. I've already raised you. Well, I feel like I have 3 spoiled kids, and if I don't do certain stuff, okay. Absolutely. Mom, you are actually spoiled. Oh, come on with that. But what I'm saying is, I feel like if I don't do certain things, people break down in here.
Oh, mommy ain't doing. Mommy, daggone, because I asked mommy, and mommy
But
tired.
it be,
Okay,
but
I ain't.
it be in a
We
fun
was in
hang, though.
Miami, and my feet were hurting.
Wait, are you getting things off your chest? Because I thought this episode was what
My
the
feet was hurting, and you wanted me to walk that
this is about
Miami
me.
circuit.
Oh, this is about me.
And I said, Latoya, can we do it tomorrow? And you just was just,
I'm sorry.
you was just so
You're
upset.
addressing me as an adult on this thing.
And you were an adult
I
when
don't
this
know if
happened.
I'm going to be another one of your guests.
But let me get to Levine. And I like what you said, girl. You wasn't scared of her. Never was.
Oh, my.
So all of that saying she was scared of me, you know that you were there.
My cousin,
you know she wasn't scared of me.
My cousin mother, my other mother.
Yeah, your
is
cousin
on
mother.
Here.
Yeah, she was on here. And Levine said, if your parents are not taking care of their kids and then someone takes care of them, the parents should apologize to the
children. I agree.
To their children.
1,000%.
And you're right. I really want to add homage to anybody that will take care of somebody else's kids. Because that's a whole nother level of responsibility to take on someone else's kids. And I think that the parents should apologize to the kid about that.
I agree.
Because now one thing that I have said is I think all mothers are great parents. I do think they're great. I do. Because if you carried a child and you gave birth to a child, that in itself is a lot. And then to have this child that God has gifted you with, and you have to raise this child up, it's hard. People think, okay, when they're 1 month, you know what I mean? To 12 months, it's nice because you could buy the little clothes. You could go to Marshalls or wherever you want to go and buy the little $10 clothes and stuff, and it's fine. But that's not really what it is. Buying the little cute clothes is one thing, but you have to pour everything into that child to make sure that that child is successful in life, that that child is an upstanding person in life. It's a lot to raising a child. And when you're faced with that, sometimes people are overwhelmed. Sometimes I found mothers that are overwhelmed. They can't do it and they stop in the middle of it. And I can't judge them and I won't judge them because I don't know what it takes. I only know what it took for me. It was extremely hard for me. It was extremely hard for me. I was 15 years old with a baby. I was still a baby. My mother, she was not ashamed of me. She was not, she was very angry with me. She was disappointed in me, but she was not ashamed of me. And she let me know, that's your baby, you're going to take care of it. And I mean, I thought that I needed some different, and I still think that to this day, that the teaching that I got should have been a little different because I got into so many things trying to learn. People used me, misused me, mistook me. A whole lot of things went on. But it was hard. And my mother, I guess she felt like she was teaching me a lesson, which I got the lesson. I got the lesson. It was a hard lesson. I got it. But she said, you will not bring any more kids into my house. And one thing that I committed myself to was taking care of this baby because I wanted to prove to her that, oh no, baby, I'm going to take care of my baby. I didn't even know what the challenges of life would be. Didn't even know how hard it would be. But I had this baby and I couldn't turn back because this baby is a lifelong, you see she's still here, right here. The baby is a lifelong decision. And it was extremely hard. It was extremely hard. It was extremely hard. But I thank God for her and her two sisters. And it was extremely hard. I raised all these kids by myself. Did I do the perfect job? If you ask me, I say yeah. But no, I didn't. Did I make mistakes along the way? Yes, I did. Is it still hard? Not as. But
And you had to get to that place.
You
'Cause
know,
it was hard.
it was extremely hard. You know what I mean? Was I angry with their fathers? Extremely. But this ain't about bashing them. That's their own story, and I don't get into that. This ain't my show. My show ain't about that. I don't get into that. But I was really angry and disappointed. Like, but that's a whole nother. I'll go on a man show and talk about that. But I don't come on here and you won't ever hear me bashing their dads, because that's between them and God, whatever it is, if it's anything. But I was a single mother raising these kids. Did I think it was fair? Absolutely not. But it was my job. Good evening, First Lady Tammy. It was my job to take care of the kids. Period. Whether you do it or not.
Praise God, you stayed.
Whether you do it or not, it's my job.
Are you a good mother? You stayed.
Yeah, I stayed.
You stayed the course. And this is supposed to be about my answers.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a good mother? That is something that makes a good mother, that you stayed the course. Mom, at the end of the day, you could have given us up. Definitely me. Because I was, you were a teenage mom. But the fact that you stayed the course, that's what makes you an outstanding, phenomenal mother. And I tell you all the time that you have a PhD in motherhood. And exactly what you just said. Not that you were perfect or made all the perfect decisions, but your teaching style also, you should share this, that your teaching style, which I don't want to give that up. Your teaching style is storytelling.
Yeah, my teaching style is storytelling.
Yeah.
What I did, and I want to address Mrs. Devine here, McCombs here. She's going to talk about, where did you put your foot down? Them kids were spoiled.
She put her foot down with us, Stumpy. Are you kidding me?
Sometimes I had to say no.
I'm trying to figure out when was I am like the least spoiled. I feel like mommy is not. You are number one spoiled.
Oh, please. These kids are so daggone spoiled. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. But what I will say is this.
You can leave it.
What I will say is this.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Making certain decisions, it came with each child. I couldn't, I raised her the way I raised the oldest. The middle was the middle, and the youngest was the youngest. And they say, well, the youngest did not get what we got. You tired now and all that.
Lauren is raised very different than LaToya and Nicole. Period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because each child you learn.
Her and Nikki get away with murder.
Each child you learn. You learn something from each child. And you should learn something. Because, like I just stated, and she was here listening, I was a child. I was young. I was 15 years old. So she went through the trenches with me. So by the time I had Nikki was totally a different child than she was. Toya was very hands-on. She was very what can I say, gluey. She was very clingy.
Excuse me.
Gluey. Just clingy. And it was my fault because I was young and I wanted her to love me, and I asked God for her to love me, and my God, did He give it to me. And Nikki was, our baby. Because she wanted to hold the baby. I'm holding the baby. Let me hold the baby. She wanted to hold the baby back and forth. And then when Lauren came, Lauren's feet didn't even hit the ground. And sometimes...
And Lauren's feet still does not hit the ground. Please.
Sometimes I need to hit her on the feet so she could stand the heck up. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And I did the best job that I thought that I knew how to do. I did not, I took some things from my mother, and some things I didn't. A lot of things I didn't. that okra and stewed tomatoes and okra definitely did take that from her. Because I'm just saying that ain't no kid food. And I'll say that until I die. I mean, stewed tomatoes and okra.
But you also didn't grow up down south.
And, oh my God, just the food, some of the foods, I'm just saying, girl, my friends, they having hot dogs. On a Friday night, we having stewed tomatoes, and that was from Thursday. Girl, you gotta be kidding. But you take some, because I used to say that these kids don't come with a manual. It's on the job training, and it still is. But you take some things that you've learned, and you take some things that you thought was good, and you try to use those, and some things you fall down on because they wasn't a good decision. And because you are the navigator or the captain of the ship, you have to take the bitter with the sweet. Sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes they don't like your decision. Sometimes your kids are mad at you because you made a decision. And you have to be able to live with that. I said what I said. Now, if I said what I said and it was wrong, I have to go back. And a lot of times I was wrong. But I had to put some boundaries in line too, because your kids will play you too. You gotta be careful with that. Because they will say, well, Mom, and I have to say, but hold on.
But we're talking about the healthy of it all.
Yes, but it's the good and the bad.
Said that some parents don't even know how to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, some people are married and the husbands and wives don't even apologize to each other. So trying to apologize to kids is like, that doesn't happen. But I hope people watching this will have the takeaway will be, you are still a phenomenal parent, even if you do apologize.
You are.
You are a better parent, mm-hmm. because actually you apologizing to us taught us how to apologize. A lot of people that I've grown up with do not know how to apologize.
Well,
they don't give an apology. They don't know how to apologize. And I'm like, wow, that's something that you should learn at home.
Well, that's something that I did incorporated in y'all growing up, because I don't like to argue, and they used to tell me, Mom, we siblings, and siblings argue. I don't like that. I don't like the arguing. I don't like the fighting. And the fighting, you definitely can't come, because you got to fight me. You want to fight something, get up. So then they put on that early. But because no, you're siblings. You ain't going to do no fighting now. Then they said, well, Mom, you got to let us argue. Because we sisters. And sisters argue. And I don't even like that. Let's have a conversation.
But we had to grow to that.
Yeah, but
you're
grow to that. Where did you learn that in the street?
I have another comment.
I
have another comment.
That gets on my nerves.
What makes a mother a good mother is a mother that doesn't bring trauma from their childhood or their upbringing to our relationships. We had to grow to that. Because my mom,
I had a lot of trauma. Oh, now the camera.
I'm going to bring this camera to me now, because now I have something that I want to say.
Oh, so, now that you stop, you think you're looking cute.
No, because I still don't approve of this image. But basically, my mom came to her parenting us with a lot of trauma, a lot of childhood trauma.
Bingo.
And we didn't really know what that was until adulthood and unpacking that. And obviously, if you've read her book, then you guys would know what I'm talking about. Gosh, I don't have one in lip gloss, anything. This is just...
Well, you knew you was going to be
you owe me.
You knew you was going to be a guest, so you should have prepared.
I had to drive you. Anyway, I'm
That's
not
part of being the oldest.
Hopefully,
it's always about you, Latoya.
Inspired by this,
Latoya.
So my mom had a lot of trauma. So what happened was we loved my mom through everything, and then as God was unpacking it, then she told us, and then we grew with that. But I do not think that parents should pull their trauma, and then as we got older, and then we started identifying it, and we said, Mom, that's not for us. That is something that you have to unpack from your childhood, or that is something that you have to unpack from your past relationships, or something like that. And then once she identified it, my mom has this saying where she says, you gotta face it in order to fix it. And that has helped our house a lot. You have to face it in order to fix it. And
It's easier said than done.
The family that my mom comes from, I don't really know a lot about her dad's side.
Me either.
But what I experienced on my mom's side, and Gam is not here, but if she was here, we would talk about this. But my mom's side is like a very strong, they are very strong, opinionated
women.
Women. It's like a lot of stuff. Listen, a lot of stuff is to be praised, but some stuff was very unhealthy. And we had to, another saying that you say is chew the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we had to learn what was healthy and what was unhealthy. So a lot of things we had to be, we had to undo to be redone. My mom was very open to change. And when you talk about a good mother, these are qualities. And I encouraged this topic for my mom, because I said what makes a good mother is somebody that recognizes I am not healthy. I need help. And guess what? I'm sorry that you guys have to see this, but this is what it is. But I'm going to get help, and then actually go get the help and then change. So I think that if you have past trauma or things that you don't want to deal with, it falls on the kids. But if you don't deal with it, it's not going to be good. So what would make my mom a good mom?
A bear.
Is
a bear.
Is understanding that and then doing something about it. Here you
go. Wow, that was a lot. But being a good mom is not just doing what your kids like, going to amusement parks or just giving them what they want. Being a good mom is also recognizing when you need to, as First Lady Tammy said, whoop hers. Sometimes you got to give them a little whack. You know what I mean? And I did that, but then it came to a point where I decided that wasn't what I was going to do. I was going to talk to them, because when I talk to them, I put the ball in their court and I allowed them. Because see, if you walk down that street and get yourself in that, you got to get yourself out. Even though I was still always there, but I had to let them know. And even now, I just say, listen, I give it to them. I give it to them straight, no chaser. I give it to them. Now, if this is what you want to do, go ahead on and do it. I'm your mother. I love you, and I'm going to be there for you. But you're going to have to go through some stuff if you put yourself in that predicament. Mm-hmm. So my point in all of this is saying sometimes you have to, when you back up, because they're looking for you to come one way, to be yelling. They're looking for you to come back one way, to whoop their behinds. But when you just pull back and you say, all right, do your thing, chicken wing. When you come at them at a different approach, that gives them time to think about it. Because you learn as you're raising your kids that in this season I had to do this. When they was a teenager, I had to come this way. Mm-hmm. When they became a young adult, I had to come this way. When they become adult children, I had to be this way. Sometimes I can't even...
Park it right there. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say, then park.
Sometimes I can't even... I don't even say anything. I wait for them to come to me. Because I've talked. Mm. And if you haven't heard me, okay. Here we go.
Before you get to that point, I want to park right there because you just said something that I think is super important with being a good parent. Mm-hmm. I think you are excellent now. I think you had to grow to this. Mm-hmm. But I think you are excellent at learning the seasons and learning the recipe for each kid. Because...
that took much prayer.
Right. And I think that, because like... maybe somebody is not a talker. Maybe they are a talker. Like, I think that you studied us to learn when to approach, when not to approach, when to say, when not to say. Like, I think that that makes a good mom.
Oh.
Knowing when to. I also want to say this. I think you as a God-fearing mom is different too. I think being able to go to God and say, God, I want to say this, blah, 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 and, have a conversation with God and know that you are having a conversation with God too, that helps me because I'm like, at least I know that she's going to listen to the master. At least I know she's going to listen to the King of Kings. At least I know that he's going to give you some wisdom on how to parent me. He's going to give you, and you said this when I was a kid, you said, if God wanted you to be the mom, you would be the mom. I'm
Bingo.
the mom, you're the child. You need to listen to me. And I think I was like 12.
Yeah.
But I still remember that.
First of all, they always would come to me and tell me what I should be doing as a parent. And I had to just say, back up. Just back the heck up. Because if God wanted you to be the parent, he would have made you first. And he didn't. So back up and pluck you. Back up. Because get out of my face with that.
Yes,
you have to listen.
The recipe for parenting is... Listen, if somebody's watching this and they're like...
The recipe for parenting, there is none.
I know, but I'm saying, Mom, what we're doing today... What we're doing today is giving some encouragement, some motivation, some love, and some tips. No, it's not a recipe. It's not even a recipe out here. It's not even a book about being the best daughter but you can give tips. So I'm just saying, if somebody is watching this and they're like, oh, I want some tips, because people say to us all the time, oh my gosh, your relationship is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's not perfect, but we work at it because we actually want this relationship.
Right.
We want to be better women. I pray every day to be the best daughter that I can be, to be the best sister that I can be. You know what I mean? These are prayers.
Try praying to be the best wife.
Yeah, best wife. But
I'm best mother.
But I'm saying, like, it comes with work. I think it's easier having a praying mother, somebody who prays over her kids, somebody who wants the best for their kids. I think that sometimes, because every mom is not like you either, right? So it might be somebody out here that's an unhealthy mother, and the way they're dealing with things is alcohol, or the way listen, Solange came on here as a headliner and say, I dealt with my stuff like sex couldn't do it, alcohol couldn't do it. Like, she literally made a whole song about things that people do to escape.
I gotta tell y'all something real funny. One time, me and my daughter had gone out, me and Nikki had gone out, and they had got on my nerves so bad.
You about to tell this?
Oh, they had got on my nerves so bad. And I said,
you are putting it all out here. I said transparent, but my God.
So we had went out to have something to eat, and we was doing this talking or whatever the case may be. And I told the waitress, she said, what did you want?
I cannot believe you're telling this story.
I said, just bring me a beer.
Unbelievable.
Bring me a beer.
Unbelievable.
Well, and I said, I want a big one. What a woman must have went and got a gallon cup of beer and put that. And honey, when I say, me and Nikki just started cracking up, like I couldn't even approach it. I said, man, you gotta take this back. I ain't mean this. She said, no, you said you want to lie. I said, first of all, I don't even drink beer, and I was just going to have me a beer. But you can take this big beer. She must have bought me a gallon jar of beer. And
but Nikki, that's what you get, because why would you order that? Play too much.
And Nikki told my mom, you need to stop playing. You need to be serious. No, girl, I'm a woman. The heck you bring me that beer for? That big beer. The woman said, well, you said you're having a day and you want a large beer. Girl, if you don't take this back and take this off my check.
You play too much. But see, if I was there, I would have said, Mom, drink every single thing. But I do. We are going to, as your producer, we are going to go over the time a little bit today. I know it's 1 hour of happy.
Yeah, we had to go over the time because
1 hour of happy hour with Ms. But I definitely think that we're going to go over a little bit because you have to read the comments.
Yeah, I want to read the comments.
So you got to give love to the people in the comments. And people have stuff to say.
Okay.
Because it's also some great mothers on here
Yes,
that
all
can
the
talk
mothers
about,
on here is great.
but that can talk about some of their experiences or some things that have worked for them.
Okay. All right. So let me get, okay. So First Lady Tammy said, she said, I would rather whip mines because I know when I whip them, I will whip them out of love. And if someone else whipped them, it will be coming from a different place. And you're absolutely right. And when you chastise your child, you're chastising them with love. But when they go out in the street, see, the judge ain't going to be so loving. The judge ain't going to do what you would do. So I'd rather deal with mines at home so that they won't go out in the street. You're so right. Thank you for that comment. Let me see. They keep on saying yes, Latoya. I don't know what Latoya.
Because Latoya was on here, but
yeah.
Show your guests some love. Because
I do. I really appreciate my
tips.
My special guest today. She's a little bossy. You know what I mean? She wears a lot of hats. As you can see, she got a hat on today. She wears a lot of hats. So, you know, she is my producer. She's my oldest daughter.
I want the best for you.
And I was just telling her yesterday that she's the sweetest person. She really, really is. She's so sweet. And she thinks about other people so much when she really don't have to. Because she's a single woman. She don't plug. Let me call you back. My plug called the plug. And she could be doing so much. She could be hanging out with her girlfriend. She could be doing so much. She could be on speed dating, plug. I mean, she could be doing so much. Like, I mean,
people want me in a relationship.
Guys, she's still available. Anyway, she's a really good girl, and she's a really nice girl, and she has a heart of gold. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't get her mad. My God.
Mom, seriously?
Wow!
You're supposed to be reading the comments.
Anyway, I love y'all. And I love
First Lady Tammy
said,
yes,
that's what I told my children. The same thing
I get. She said, yes, that's what I told my children. The same thing I get my grands because I want laughing out loud. It's on my time.
And yes, you do, honey. Oh, yes, you do, honey. Because you and Mister, y'all spend your time together, and you said, let me get my grands. But when you was with your Mister,
but
honey,
you know what?
And I love it.
But
and then you have your own self time.
But any children listening to this, we're going to say it again. You should not feel entitled. You had those kids. And you should take care of your kids. If any aunties, uncles, godparents, grandparents, whoever want to get them, it should be a blessing, not a command. And I think that that's what will cause a better relationship. When you command me to do something, no. I don't want to do it because now you're forcing me to do something. But be grateful that I have your kids. Be grateful that I bought something for your kids. Be grateful that
Joanne, I had your grandkids today.
Yes, but see, that was an honor. Cousin Joanne and Calvin, we love y'all so much. Like, I'm so happy. And we had a moment. You was in the car already on your thing, but we had a moment about Chantel. They call her Aunt Shani. And
I missed it.
So for anybody on here that's not our family, we have for me, it's my cousin Chantel. She passed away a few years ago, and that's Kelvin's sister.
Yeah.
So this would have been her niece and nephew, but they're my little cousins. And I just told them today how she would have been so proud, and I let them know she was a world traveler. Like, she was somebody who inspired us. So that was great. But as you were talking about, like, do something, when we were talking about entitled, like Kelvin, I feel like is raising his kids that way. Like, nobody has to do anything for you, but he teaches them to be grateful. He teaches them to be thankful. I love them kids so much.
Okay, so Levine, I want to deal with this. You said, I took care of a lot of children and they are ungrateful, most of them. Well, let me say this to you, my love. I want to help you with that. I want you to make them own that. What you did it from the bottom of your heart and you sacrificed yourself. So I want you to release that because, whatever they are or whatever, if they're ungrateful, let them own that. Release them. because you stepped in and you did what you thought was right to do to help them, and that's what you should be proud of. And you're a great mom for doing that, for stepping in because somebody else's mom couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to sit in that you are a great mom and you did a great job.
I have something
because
to say
you
from the
stood
kids'
up
perspective.
when nobody was standing or nobody was willing.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're ungrateful, I want you to release them, forgive them, and release them. Because they got to come to the point where they understand and realize that nobody was standing in there no matter what. Nobody was standing in there to pick them up. And you did. You did a great job. And I'm so proud of you for doing it. And thank you for stepping in when their mothers, whoever the kids are, that you took care of, whoever their moms is when they quit. Because sometimes, life just takes a turn, takes a toll, and you just forget your whole assignment. Child, listen.
I have something to say to that from a kid's perspective.
Okay.
Please give me 1 second. What I want to say from the kids' perspective is this. I think that sometimes kids don't know all that goes into parenting,
Mm-hmm.
and the sacrifices, right? So when you're a kid, you're showing up, is this back to school? You waiting for your back to school clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's summer. You waiting for your swimsuit. Like, it's just, you don't really understand all that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get grown, you like, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I can even use you as an example. That there was a lot of horror stories that you say about your childhood,
Mm-hmm.
and that you even wrote about it in your book.
Mm-hmm.
But as you have gotten older,
Mm-hmm.
as you have grown, even as a Christian woman of God,
Mm-hmm.
even as a parent, there are things that you said, wow, I understand my mom now.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what she meant then. And even me, things that I'm like, wow, I didn't know what my mom was talking about. So when you were reading that comment, I was just saying, wow, some kids don't know the sacrifice it was. Mm-hmm. Or even what was said what my heart was when I took you in, because somebody else could not handle the assignment. Mm-hmm. The assignment is for the parents.
That's right.
When a child is born, I don't care who the parents are, the assignment is for those two parents. Mm-hmm. Anybody else is extra.
Yeah.
That's extra sauce. That's extra seasoning. But those two parents are accountable. I don't care what state the parents are in. I don't care if it's a drug parent, alcoholic parent, rich parent, poor parent, whoever the parent is. I actually went through a lot with my father, my biological father, because I know people know that I have two dads, but my biological father died when I was 14 years old in 9th grade. I had anger issues because I'm like, why did you die young? Like, why did you leave this responsibility on my mom? This is so not fair for one parent, because there are certain things, if I'm coming to one parent and she don't got it, then I need to be able to come to another parent. Then I was angry with my step parent because I felt like you stepped in my life and became a dad. And you were my dad, and then you go out and you're not present. So like, I went through a lot of anger issues. But what I would say to any kid that was raised by somebody else, that's extra sauce and extra seasoning. And honestly, you should say thank you that they raised you. Now, I'm not talking about if somebody was like abused and stuff like we've seen on the news and different things where people get these kids and they abuse them. I'm not talking about anybody that I don't condone abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. But I'm saying or sexual abuse, any abuse, I'm not condoning. But somebody that made sure that you had clothes, food, shelter, that you went to school. Because if you were just left to the system, they would have had you go from home to home to home. You know what I mean?
And
or
you really would have been in a pickle.
You could have been given up for adoption. But what we also have to realize is not all these parents, just like I just said, that you had to come to us and apologize because of your childhood trauma. Some of these people that's trying to help are going through their own stages of growing up. And they don't have it all together. But I just think that there's a special place for like these grandparents that take their grandkids. It's like you already raised your kids. Now you a grandparent raising this kid because you don't even want the kid to go in the system. So that grandparent might not be as lovey-dovey. They might be hardcore. But as you get older, you're like I have a friend who her mom and her dad died when she was young. Her grandmom, she said, my grandma was mean. She was mean. She said, but as I got older, I realized, she said, listen, I'm trying to make sure y'all got a good life and that I'm not going to be all huggy, but I'm making sure y'all got the basics. She made sure that they had property. She made sure that they had money. She made sure that, she said, listen, I can't put y'all up and watch y'all every day. So I'm going to put y'all in boarding school. The boarding school going to take care of y'all. Because she couldn't do that, but she loved them enough to make this decision that was going to be better for their lives. So I said all that to just say that I do think there's a place for appreciation when someone takes care of you that didn't have to.
Okay. And I agree. I totally agree. Okay, so LaVon said, and parenting don't come with a handbook. You do the best that you can with what you have. And that's exactly right. You really, really do. You do the best that you can, and you've done a great job. You know what I mean? So you, being a parent, you've been a parent to your own children and to other children. You've done a great job. And that is something that you have to settle with yourself because you did what you could. Maybe those that think that you didn't do a good job, maybe that's something that they need to work out with themselves, because when they look down the line and say, well, at least she was there when our parents couldn't be there. And that's a whole different story. But I want you to take yourself out of the guilt place. If you're feeling guilt, forgive yourself for any mistakes that you made, because definitely we've made some mistakes. Forgive yourself, release them, and live your life, because you've done a great job. Okay, First Lady Tammy said you could have chosen to even bring them. You could have chosen not to even bring them there. You bring them here. You could have aborted them.
True.
And that is the truth.
And I thank God every day that you did not.
That is the truth.
Mom.
Yes.
I thank God every day that you did not abort me, because everybody listening, newsflash, people did want my mom to get an abortion. They did try to offer different ways for me not to come here. So I definitely appreciate you having me.
Oh, yes, it was.
Because the people did not want me here, honey, but I'm here.
But God hit her.
The people did not want me here.
They didn't know until late that she was coming, child. When the people found out, she was
thank God
here.
ain't nothing happened to me, because you didn't even let these people know.
Okay, so Margot says, that's how I felt. My kids never been on welfare, came home wondering why TV wasn't working or why is it cold in my house, and always had a roof over their head.
Wow.
Whenever, we never were homeless. Look at God.
Well, y'all are blessed, because we was on welfare.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, she said she never been on welfare. That's a blessing. Because my mom, we was on welfare. But I do think that's great. She said, listen, her kids never came home. You know what I mean?
This show is something. She reveals a lot.
We've been on welfare.
How you know?
I didn't even know we was low income until I was older.
I told you. How do you know? You just talk all my daggone business, from the men to everything. I mean, one time my daughter said, well, too, your mommy ain't no hoe. Girl.
No, we was just talking about different dads.
Lord have mercy. My little baby niece,
Kaisha
said, we all make mistakes, but it's no book on raising. I can't hardly see. Can you
It
see
says
that?
we all make mistakes, but there's no book on raising a child. We do the best we can. That's why for me and my kids, that's why for me, my kids didn't grow up on designer stuff, but they had the best what I could do, and I raised them to appreciate what is given to you. But I really feel I did a great job on teaching them you have to work hard for what you want. And I can say I had the best village that was there for me and mine. I am blessed. Thanks to my mom. She taught me very well.
Yes,
She taught me very well to hold it down.
Yes,
here's the thing, Mom, you got to park at that comment.
Yeah.
Aisha, you are a great mother.
Yes, you are.
You are a great mother. But I also
and a great grandma.
Yes, you are great.
With this boy that been here before.
And I think she keep it very real with her kids. And that's what I mean by being transparent and telling them stories and letting them know, like, my life ain't perfect. I made this decision. Also, your kids are not going to agree with your decisions. There are decisions that my mom made that I was like, are you kidding me? But I still said, you know what? That's my mom. I'm going to respect her. And I'm just going to learn what she's teaching. But you are a great mom, Kaisha.
Yes, you are. And Kaisha said, I am so grateful and humbled to have 2 kids to graduate and great respectful children. Yes, you do. And I want to speak on that right there because, at 15 when I had a baby, I was 14 when I was pregnant and 15 when I had my baby. And I was ashamed. I really, really was. I was ashamed because, I come from a big family. And let me tell you one thing. My family is a family that speaks up and they say what's on their mind. And see, when I became pregnant, it was not, oh yeah, yay. Oh, we're so happy for her. No, people had stuff to say. Okay. And it was not good. And, so, I had to, maneuver through all of that. And, all 3 of my kids graduated from college. And people said, yeah, her child, that child ain't gonna do nothing but repeat her life.
They said we were going, no. Let's say what they said. They said Toya was going to be pregnant. Yeah. I was going to be a teenage mom. They said I wasn't going to finish school.
And she wasn't going to be nothing.
Yes. They said we wasn't going to be nothing. We wasn't going to be nothing. They talked about my mom. They talked about us.
That all 3 of my girls graduated from college. And I mean, and they have great careers. And who would have thought? Who would have thought from this young girl that didn't know anything? And sometimes my aunt had to tell me one time, she said, girl, don't just run over that. Your girls graduated from college. Something people didn't think nobody would do. So you need to sit in that for a minute and celebrate that. And at first I didn't, but I am so grateful. You know what I mean? And I said something right. My youngest daughter, when she went to school, I had to let her know because she has 2 older sisters and that she looks up to that could be her mom. And that she looks up to. And so she felt like she had 3 moms. And I said, let me tell you one thing. You got one mother and those other 2. Be them. You better get in here and do what you're supposed to do and graduate on time because I'm not doing no extra semesters or nothing. Okay. She did it. She went her first semester. But listen, I was there for her. I didn't sweat her. I gave her her monthly talks and she did what she had to do. And she came out of there with flying colors. And now she is a hit maker, a noise maker, and all this and that and that and this at her job. She's a senior director of manager over the A&Rs at her job. Like, listen, she kicking it. My girls have some good careers, and I thank God for that. You know what I mean? Something was done right somewhere. I can point out all the things that I don't think they did right. But I chose to point out the things that they did do right because I feel like that's motivation for them. I think that helps them. I think that is makes them thrive harder. You can continue to point out the things that they didn't do wrong, didn't do right, and I have to use that as reference at some times when I have to talk to them. But I don't make that a priority to keep on throwing in their face the mistakes that they made. Because one, they will come back and say, Mom, well, that hurt my feelings, and can you please take that out the atmosphere and all this and that and that and this? Who feels like that? And Mom, can we talk to you about something? Because that hurt me. And I mean, I'm just like, that hurt you. Well, I'm just being a mother. I got to tell you. But no, listen, my kids tell you when you hurt them. And they can be so sad sometimes. Oh, let me tell you something, child. Woo, woo. Is there a crowd? Is there a crowd?
Okay, Mom, we got to
I'm going to be in line for it. But I just want you to know that I just used a method where I decided to, big them up. I decided to encourage them, to inspire them, to reach harder, to do better. And when they hit an achievement, when they achieve something, I make it feel like, I make sure we all make them feel like they did the best thing in the world. Right. Child, they got to go out. We got to go out for dessert or something to say celebrate.
That's right.
This household is
circus. What makes a good mother is a mother that celebrates us. That's a good point. Because
I do
mommy
celebrate y'all.
Have celebrated us for everything, and now we've grown up. It says, now we've grown up to definitely celebrate you, but we still do celebrate
each
one
other
another.
Because every accomplishment means something.
Yeah.
Whether it's small or big, you have to encourage your kids. And I decided when they pointed it out not to always bring up what they didn't do right or what faults they had, and just focusing on the things that they did do right. But when I need to use things for a reference, I do it privately with them only. Because another thing, child, it's so much stuff in this household. Mom, you didn't have to say it in front of them.
We are a circus over here.
They're your sisters. Well, Mom, if you got to say that, can you say it to me privately?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this household is something, but we learn every day, and we respect each other, and we love each other. And that was something that my household needed to be built on, was love. You gotta love each other. And if you don't, you're gonna hug until I feel like you love each other. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right, let me see.
Keep going.
Okay, keep going.
My cousin is cute. I love the look to it. Thank you, cousin.
Oh, that's what you wanted to keep going to.
You are still beautiful.
Levante,
Thank
but
you.
They had some secrets they don't talk about about now and then. We're not on that.
No, we
we're
weren't.
Not on
remember,
that.
I think that's common is when I was talking about back in the day, like how you was raised, and just coming from that type of family. So nobody is going to reveal things, because if I reveal to you that I had a baby, I mean, here's the thing. I feel like you also are a little bold because Gam isn't here, because I don't know how she would feel if she knew. Like, she would have to tell you that she's okay with you saying it, how you were born. You know what I mean? You understand
how
what I'm saying?
Born? How was I born?
Yeah, you talk about it in your book, how you were born.
How was I born?
She was dealing with the married man.
Oh. Yeah. She wouldn't worry about that.
Yes, she would.
She's still in love with him.
Go back.
And he did.
Did you see
and she did. Huh?
You have to read the comments.
Okay, the comments is saying...
No, if it's conversation.
Oh, okay.
Tough
love. Yes, that is why the new generation's all over the place. I'm telling you.
Good topic, sir. Hey,
where you been at, Calissa?
Hey, Calissa.
Yes, well said, Miss. Let me see. I'm hollering. Yes, my cousin Toya Stroman is the best.
She could be trying to make... Yeah, I'm trying to make somebody I'm trying to make my mom a grandmom one day.
Yeah, let's get busy.
I love you guys. My grands came in for dinner.
Okay, see you next week. I love you.
First Lady Tammy.
Thank you, Toy, for saying that. Okay.
I'm grateful
Kaisha.
for both of my parents. Kaisha, I'm grateful for both of my parents. It wasn't all good, but one thing my dad did was make sure all his kids.
I can't.
You have to click it, Mom.
Well, click it.
One thing he did was make sure all his kids was together. Oh, that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Kaisha, I'm going to say this.
Oh, you said no guilt at all. Okay.
I'm grateful that you have memories with your dad. You know what I'm saying, Mom? Because you can't see, you're going through all the comments, and it's like I literally can't even read them.
You know, you is pretty bossy for a special guest. I mean, you
Kaisha said I keep it very real. So, I listen. That's a whole nother topic that I'm not going to get into about the dad. But the way she's saying her dad kept all the kids together, the fact that you have a dad that wanted to do that, is a blessing. I am a fatherless child, so. You know, I admire people that actually spend time with their dad and have their dad. My mom, I'm not going to say she was my mom and my dad because I think that a dad is a dad and his presence when it's not here is missing. But my mom definitely made me feel a break. She definitely made me feel like I wasn't less than, like, if society made me feel like I was less than because I didn't have a dad, my mom said, no, that's not the case. You have what you need. And I think it was because the fuel that I had from inside my home helped me with the outside world.
Mm-hmm. But Kaisha said, but look at God, and all three of your girls are doing the daggone thing. You absolutely right. Yes, and Gam are truly looking down on them. Aww. Your babies have made Gam proud.
Thank you, Cousin Margot. Thank you. Yes. She loved you too.
Yes, she did. Yes.
I have to encourage your kids, and yes. She said, yes, I have to encourage your kids, and yes, celebrate when they do it. Yes. Yes. Celebrating them is very important. And I never got on the way of them having a relationship with their sibling. Yes.
Got in the way of them having it. That's great. And that's very important.
That's more Cousin Margot said that.
Yes, I know. And that's great. You know what I mean? Because you didn't interfere with them having a relationship with their other siblings, which a lot of parents, a lot of mothers do. And I can't even get into that right now because we have gone over so much just to have this show today. And I am so glad that we had this topic. It's so beautiful, and I enjoy coming on every week and just having these conversations. And thank you so much for, yes, that's right. Big up your mother. Big up your mother. Kaisha bigged up her mother. That is right. And, I love these conversations because these help us. You know what I mean? I'm not the expert on this stuff, but if we can talk it all out together, we all can get some jewels and some tools, you know, with raising our kids and, you know, having a relationship with our kids. Because if we've even raised our kids and they're adults now, we still want to have a relationship with them.
Yep.
Keisha, I'm one of the siblings. Yeah, right, cousin. Yes, you are one of the siblings, and I love you, cousin. I miss you. When I come to Philly, we all got to get together. Anyway, you know, we all try to work all this stuff out together, and we here for each other. We really, really are. Yeah. To, you know, these conversations that we have, I hope they strike up you know, some fire in us to change in areas that we need to change. Healthy. Or to help us in areas that we need help, that we don't know how to get it. So, listen, it's been a pleasure being on here. I told y'all that I love and miss you too, my love. And I told y'all that I make a commitment to come on here because this is important to me. This matters to me. And I'm not the expert. I'm not the best mother in the world. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had to apologize. I've had to forgive myself. There's been a lot. But, you know what I mean? I've even felt guilt about, you know, their fathers. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Y'all can't do something. And I said something to my mother, and she had cussed me out before because I said, all of my children have different fathers, and I said it's one per person, one per customer or something. I said, she said, don't be so ignorant. That was so ignorant. Why would you say that? So I don't hardly say that too much no more because she was pissed when and I thought it was cute. She said, "That's so ignorant." You saying that?
She hated ignorance.
Oh, she was pissed with me.
She hated
But
ignorance.
so I say I'm not the expert, but we all can be experts together. We all can give each other advice from our experiences. And I want to just thank my special guest, my firstborn daughter, for being on today and taking the time to come in and even chat. Because honey, she got into it, honey, and she usually keep me down to a whole hour. Period.
Well, we went over
because it was just a clown session starting. I mean, but I made a commitment that I would be on at 3:00, and I wanted to stay with the commitment. I was with the kids, and the kids was like, "Well, why you gotta go?" I said, "Because I made a commitment, and when you learn commitment, you'll live on that." So thank you so much for joining me with Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. I love you, you, and you. And thank you all, family and friends, for coming on and just having a conversation. We'll have another conversation next week. I'll let y'all know what that is because we still fighting over the topic.
Well, we can tell them. You want the topic to be...
I want the topic to be...
a good father.
A good father. But she wants the topic to be...
Divorce,
Divorce,
So what do y'all want it to be?
What do y'all want it to be? I'm going to put up a poll all week, and y'all let me know. And the biggest poll that we get on Friday, we'll decide, and we'll let you know what it's going to be. But, Vicky, I got you in the bag. You said you wanted to talk about
Vicky wanted to talk about grandparents.
Grandparents, and I'm going to talk about that. I told you that I was doing a little research, and maybe I'll have you come on or something like that and talk about, because you really want to get into this grandmother thing.
Yes, and you know what?
You want to be an expert at grandmother because you want to get into this.
But I also want to be a special guest on the grandparent section because I am also the recipient. My grandmother was the best. Gam was the best.
Oh, you had a couple of, and then you had a circus grandmother, but I ain't going to go there.
Now, see, that was below the belt. And
that was not below the belt.
We're talking about being a good mother. Do you think that was a good comment?
Yeah.
No.
That was my evaluation.
She just passed away this year.
She just passed away, so I
respect. Oh my gosh, I don't know about
I apologize for talking about your grandmother.
Yeah, I
apologize to you and Keith.
When you talk about Gam, I want to be a part of the grandparents because my grandmother was she might have not been, she had some ups and downs with y'all as kids, but when it comes to being a grandmother, she was excellent.
She was too much.
But
excellent. We will be talking about grandparents
I would like to have an ending because I was a special guest.
Yes, and I any words for my special guest?
Thank you.
I'll call you back, my plug call.
Thank you. Okay, so as a special guest, I would like to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much for supporting my mom every single week. 1 hour of happy hour with Miss Melanie.
Happy hour with Miss Melanie, 1 hour of happy. That's the name of the show.
Okay, thank you for supporting.
Okay.
Thank you for being with us today with this topic of a good mother. I told my mom there's no way you can have a show about being a good mother and none of your kids come on. So I don't know. Maybe Nikki and Lauren might join in if she does this again. Or maybe we might do it live. I don't know. But thank you for being here. And I just hope that any of the children that are listening will, as we talk about being a good mother, you should just say what you need as a daughter, as a son, because that communication will help the relationship. So I hope that we offer some great advice. I hope that, you feel inspired, motivated, encouraged, and loved. And I hope that you hear our hearts. We are not perfect. And honestly, every time we come to encourage people, no matter what we do, we pray before and after. Because when you encourage people, you actually get attacked as well. So we are encouraging you.
That means your relationship get tried.
Yeah, your relationship gets tried. So we just hope that we was able to encourage somebody. I love that my mom shares every week because I think that it's very healthy, and for so many years she didn't. So I'm just so happy that she decided to laugh.
Me too. And I hope that this sparks up some conversation in your home with your children.
There you go.
That you would let me put this back up here.
I don't know why you moved it.
Because I can. Well, I hope this strikes up some conversation in your home with your children. And if you haven't got my book, it's a lab, and it has brought me great joy that I decided to get this stuff off my chest and go ahead on the lab. It is what it is. Whatever happened here, it happened. It's behind me. I'm no longer ashamed. Get the book. It's a lot in here. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you again for joining me this week for Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. I love you. Until next week. I'm going to put up a poll, so look for the poll. It's going to be on Facebook and Instagram. Love y'all.